Well, it was still a day of up and down emotions for Manchester City and the Premier League's top scorer. He had 4 goals. He didn't appreciate being taken off. He wanted 5, but he got the match ball and he was all smiles in the end. 21st hat-trick of his footballing career. He's only 23 years of age. Remember, you keep shaking your head at those statistics.
He's 23.
How many hat-tricks did you get?
1 Premier League hat-trick. A couple of others in various other competitions, but I mean, what he's doing there is he's completely just changing the game, as they put it, because you look at these numbers and really people questioning about how poor his season's been. And honestly, top quality centre forwards to get to 25 league goals in a season would take anything to get them kind of statistics. But we're using it as kind of a yardstick to beat him with. But that's the standards that he set.
He's played 94 times for Manchester City. He scored 88 goals in that time in all competitions.
And I couldn't believe then when you said he's 23. I feel like he's like 28 and you're like, you're proper... How scary is that? Like, he's not even hit his prime.
No.
I forget how young he is, and like, his goal-scoring ratio's insane, really.
And we have seen it, and you'll tell us, as a striker there he is. I mean, he's still virtually sealed the Golden Boot today as well, hasn't he, over some of those names. We've seen a lot of people have an unbelievable season and then really struggle to go better. Now, of course, he was never going to hit 52 again, but I've just said he's now on to 36 in all competitions, and everyone's saying he's not been at it this season.
But that's the thing. They always said second season's always a little bit harder, and that is always the case because defenders... But
he's still got 36 goals.
Which is crazy, which tells you how good he is. Because usually the defenders are like, well, we'll mark him a bit tighter. We saw what we saw last season. Can he replicate that? So we'll defend against him differently. But that shows you how good he is, and that is not a flash in the pan. Because as you said there, Steve, you see strikers come along, have one season where they're untouchable, and then the second season don't get anywhere near them numbers. But consistently with him, if this is his down year, I expect him again next season to bounce back and go up to the high 30s again in terms of goals, because you can't mark him. His movement's too good. He's too strong. He's too quick. He's a goal scorer. He's a natural finisher. And he's got that instinct where he doesn't have to score the perfect goal. The ball might just drop to him and he's there. He's read it. He knows exactly what's coming and he just taps it in the empty net. He's got all kinds of finishes.
You're just bamboozled by it, aren't you?
I'm just like, he's like, and you listed all that, you're like, he literally has everything. And I still can't get over he's only 23 and like where he's going to... Because you think he's only going to get better though, isn't he? He's only going to get better. The only thing that would stop him is if he's like, I'm bored now. I've done it all. And that would be like, we've done it.
You get bored of scoring goals, Benty, do you?
Absolutely not. When he's playing charity games down, buzzing, celebrating, scored a goal. He's outstanding, absolutely outstanding.
And as you said, at 10 minutes in, all Arsenal fans' hope really generally went out the window when he scored his first from the penalty spot after this.
Absolutely, because you know what's coming. You think, right, if Wolves can have that defensive shape, give themselves a possibility, and then this happens, worst possible start. I mean, Ant-Nouri, who's been very good for them this season, by the way, just makes a rash decision. Doesn't know he's there, makes the tackle, dangles a leg out, and the moment you do that in the penalty area, Kaz, it's a penalty.
No, it is, and like you said, I said at the start, didn't I, stay in the game, and when you do things like that and you give this man the penalty spot and a penalty kick from here, he's not going to miss, is he? And, 12 minutes in, you're 1-0 down at the Etihad, you're thinking it's going to be a long evening there for Wolves, and it was.
Tell us from a centre-forward point of view, the header for the second half, about the timing, how hard it is to get this high, get it on target and time it.
Well, it's almost like an unselfish header, because as you said there, Steve, peels off into a really, really good area where he knows there's space. But getting up that early and heading it into that direction is the absolute perfect header, because not only does he score from it, because it's a great header, he heads it into an area where if he was to miss, somebody else would tap it in the empty net, Kaz.
That's what I was going to say to you. Is it even that good? Because think Foden's there on the line. If it's not exactly in the back of the net, he's got a tap in there, hasn't he?
Exactly, and that's what makes it such a good header. I mean, he was never going to miss.
No.
But at least if he had missed, he's missed in the right areas. If he goes near post, it's a selfish header. But heading in that area, keeper parries it, it drops there, he misses direction, Foden taps it in the net.
He was through and fouled, although at the time, as you both said, we were all thrown by the fact he didn't remonstrate for the penalty, which was eventually given from VAR's intervention.
I think Darren was saying he would have done roly-polies and rolled around.
Free roll.
Exactly. But no, I mean, he spins in to defeat, spins in behind, then it's like an absolute foot race. And because, like you said, he didn't kind of say, hey, that's a penalty, we were exactly like that, as Semedo actually made the foul. But when you see it from maybe not this angle, but the next angle, you clearly see that he does take his right foot just there. And it is an absolute penalty, and obviously the referee went to VAR, which was the right thing to do, and was eventually given, and it wasn't sent off because I think Semedo was trying to make contact with the ball and tried to win it, so therefore he stayed on. But it was an absolute penalty, and you're thinking, oh, here we go again, number 3.
16 penalties from 18 in a City shirt.
Incredible. And as I said, what's impressive, the goalkeeper goes early and he still can't save it. Goes slightly early, you can see it from this camera angle here, and he knows it's going there and he still can't save it. Really good penalty.
That was 3. Wolves had the audacity to score, of course, through Huang. But then 59 seconds later, as Karen used the expression, poking the bear, I mean, this is incredible from the goalkeeper.
This pass from Ederson is one of the passes of the season, and that might sound extreme, but he's got 4 people between him and Foden. And then when it's in this area again, a little bit lucky with the touch from Haaland, but the finish is absolutely devastating, Kaz.
The pass was even better because Ederson probably was at a mistake for the goal that they conceded. But that pass there, you see how many players he missed out. He gives it to Phil Foden, player of the year in time and space. Direct pass. So actually, it's from the goalkeeper, it's 2 passes until it's in the back of the net. And as you said, it was literally under a minute after the goal they conceded. But the touch there, cuts in, and you know where he's going to put it, but he's that good, you can't stop it, can you?
You can't. If you're Max Kilman, you're thinking, show him down the line, show him onto his right foot. He might still score, but at least you've lessened the possibility that he will score. The moment you let him inside there, he has the whole goal to aim for. There's only going to be one outcome.
I've got another stat to make you feel old. That's his 250th career goal for club and country at the age of 23. Do you know how many games he's played? 307.
Oh, my goodness.
I do feel old now, and hearing that.
Well, I'm ancient then.
He's literally chasing down every record there is out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely every record.
I mean, that is phenomenal. Isn't it? He's a machine.
Machine. And he won't let up.
I know what you goal scorers are like. He probably knows that's the first time he's scored 4 in a Premier League game. There's only 5 players in Premier League history who've got 5. No, you're not one, Benty. But he probably thought, right, this is my chance. And then Pep Guardiola decides to take him off, and this is the reaction you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, he's clearly angry for coming off. I mean, him and Pep's trying to explain to him he's not happy about it. And do you know what? I love it, Steve. I absolutely love that. I mean, because someone who's got 4 goals, he's top goal scorer in the Premier League, he's thinking to himself, I want to fill my boots. He probably knows that there's only been a handful of players that have got 5. He probably feels I can go beyond that as well. And he doesn't want to waste time. He wants to win another golden boot. I haven't got a problem with it.
I think in his head he'd probably want 6. He'd probably not bothered about 5. He'd want 6 and have another new record. And it is that hunger, but Pep Guardiola can't knock him because that hunger and that desire is why they keep winning. If he didn't have that, if he came off and was like, laissez-faire about it, not really bothered, that's him. Look, he's clearly.
This is 10 minutes later.
That's like me on the bench, though. To be fair, but I wouldn't have scored 4 goals. But he's frustrated at times, but that's why they win, Steve, because if they don't have that attitude and don't have that mentality, it's not happening. And
Julian Alvarez, who has had to sit on the bench, was on for 2 minutes 32 seconds, 100th appearance for the club, and he provoked a smile from Pep Guardiola. Yeah, really good guy. I mean, I'm a big fan of Julio Alvarez. I mean, it's just a shame that obviously Haaland's ahead of him, one of the best strikers in the world. But listen, he's very, very good. He's had a brilliant World Cup, won the World Cup, but when he gets in these type of areas again, Julian Alvarez, calm, composed. The first touch is what makes the goal. That touch there, defender can't do anything about it. Takes it out of his feet, and then again, he's got the whole goal to aim for. But it's a really unselfish finish because, again, he hits across the goalkeeper. If the keeper does save it, someone puts it in, but really, really good finish. I think, again, we highlighted Rodri winning it back. Sorry, he didn't win it back, but he gave the assist again, and you're thinking what an impact he's had this season. And when they haven't had him, they haven't won the games. But I love Rodri. I think, where would they be without him? Absolutely. Fulham next to Manchester City. They put 5 past them as well.
Come back looking fresher, happier, stronger. Do you sense that yourself?
Well, the 20 minutes he played in Nottingham Forest, it was really good, yeah, and today as well. But yeah, we won, but the season are long. It's so tall, injury, and to become your it's not like Julian or Phil or I don't know Jeremy or this type of players in nothing they had top form. But yeah, welcome, arriving in the right moment, I would say, and that. We arrived here all together because Kevin was 5 months out and Kevin more than 2, and the effort from Julian, from Phil, for all the people, Jeremy and Jack. And Jack not much, but all the players were there. Was really good this season.
Not happy when he came off though, was he, Erling? What was said?
Well, it's a little bit frustrated. I understand the decision of the referee, but sometimes in the long balls all the time, he win the position take and they pull him and never fault. And he's a little bit, I say, never fall. He's a little bit, he's in that position a little bit because in that situation is him doing this, it's fault all the time. But yeah, it was like that.
So, last question. One more home game to go. Is the key to get there on the final day with your destiny still in your own hands?
Yeah, of course. What happened in Villa 2 seasons ago? Yeah, the same, yeah. Had to win 12-30 against Fulham. Always have been difficult. And sports always does. Because goal difference is not possible, so we cannot draw. And I think Arsenal, for the way they're playing since winter break it's incredible, the consistency and the quality they have. But it's in our hands. So 3 games, we have to win the first, second, and hopefully we can arrive. I will sign Ryan a contract if you want. Arrive in the last game.
Well, he's right to be happy, isn't he? I mean, he's been this course so many times before, and his team could have scored even more goals today.
Yeah, they could have, to be fair, but he's exactly where he wants to be. He said there, I think he was interviewed and asked, where does he want to be and have it in his own hands, and absolutely, so going into the last couple of games. But I was just thinking, I spoke to you afterwards, didn't I? What are Arsenal looking at? Seeing that, of course, they might have thought they might go and win, but when you see Haaland do what he's done, you see Haaland come off angry, you see the Pep still kind of like wanting more. You're thinking they're not going to stop, are they?
Let's hear from the man who got his 9th Manchester City hat-trick and for the first time scored 4 in a Premier League game. Here he is, Erling Haaland.
An outstanding day for the team and for you.
Yeah, thank you, mate. Important and, focus on the next one.
4 goals in the game, 3 in the first half. There's only a very select group of players who've ever scored 5 in one Premier League game. You didn't look too pleased to come off with 8 minutes to go. You're only 1 away from that.
No, I didn't. There was nothing about that. So I was happy, and Julian scored. So that was really nice.
It was an outstanding performance from the team, I thought. Obviously, Arsenal are winning their games. You need to match that. Is it better to go first or second? Would you prefer to know what they've done and then respond, or go first and see what they can do?
That was a bit difficult question. I don't care. We just have to focus on our games and now relax tonight and then focus on Fulham.
You've been in football outside of Norway for 5 seasons now, since you left Molde. You've scored more than 200 goals in club football in 5 seasons, 201 now. That's 40 a season, every season for 5 seasons, and we're still counting. That's incredible.
Yeah, it's not bad that, and as I've been saying many times before, it would not be possible without all my teammates here in Dortmund, in Salzburg, and Molde and Bryne. So all praise to them. And look today, it's because of them.
And one of your old teammates scored for Wolves, Hwang Hee-chan.
Hee-chan scored. Always good to see him. He's a fantastic guy. So yeah. He also gave me a couple assists as well, so great guy.
Thank you, Erling.
Well
done. Thank you very much.
You goal scorers, eh? Nothing like a goal to bring a smile to the face.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see him smiling now. But listen, the goals that he scored, I know, again, that sums him up. Scores 4 goals. I know he said he was happy there. Quite clearly, he wasn't happy when he came off. And that's because he sensed there was more. Alvarez came on, and rightly so, he praised him, good finish. But he probably felt he could have got 5-6 today, and rightly so, because he looked razor sharp.
And that is, for the last 3 games they've got to play, worrying for Arsenal, as you pointed to there.
Yeah, like I said, you did expected City to win at home, but probably not as I don't know, not aggressive is the right word, but just so dominant again. And Haaland getting those goals and still being angry, still not being happy. So they're probably thinking, we've got to go again. And these ain't stopping. So it's great for us, though. The title race is still very much on.
This is going to go to the final day, isn't it? Tell us that, Benty.
Yeah, it looks like it. I can't see Manchester City dropping points anywhere, so I think it will be, again, in their own hands.
OK, thank you very much indeed for your company. It's as you were in this fantastic title race. Arsenal did their job at the Emirates. Then they looked and hoped at the Etihad. But the champions put on a 5-star show. And it is still in Manchester City's hands. From the 3 of us, we'll see you soon.